I kind of like the SEC having divisions though, and they're bringing in Texas.
Right, because it's the only
Oklahoma.
chance that Florida has to make an SEC championship.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I really appreciate like not having to play at Alabama every year.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is not the intro. Wait, I mean, Carrie, you're a Patriots fan. You're kind of like you're kind of not a sadist. You're a masochist. So wow. You could watch the Patriots play football and then punish yourself even more by drinking Heineken.
Yeah, I was just complaining to the play call with my dad. You know, like I don't know what's up with McDaniel, man. Like I don't know if he's getting too cute. I don't know what he's doing, but
he stopped drooling. He needs more nicotine.
Yeah,
he needs something.
Listen, it was a good week for Zach Stradamus.
It was
a good week.
I'm taking the Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks as well.
If Trevor was actually a Bucks fan, he would say Bucks by 50.
I'm not a fan.
Maybe he is a Bucks fan, and that's why he didn't say that. Because every time he says by 50, any team by 50, they lose. It's practically become my motto this year. I don't believe in love.
I mean, if you're an Eagles fan, you probably should hate yourself because.
Oh, well, hello there, and welcome back to another episode of the Barely Football Podcast. My name's Zachary Smith. Join me as always. It's about football, but purely.
I don't know. I don't know what
I thought of that bit like last second before the thing came on.
No, I was like, what? I was going to praise you for that. You always think of something clever to start the show off with.
Zach, you look like a coach for the Bears in the 1980s.
Okay, why are you wearing a polo?
I take that as a compliment. Defensive-minded, hard-nosed defense. We got the big interior, good linebackers, solid safety.
Like you brought the pound of brewski and some sausages.
Gary, if anybody looks like a football coach right now, it's the guy wearing a polo at 9:30 at night. What's going on, man?
It is. Just got back to my apartment from work.
Whoa, where'd you go after work?
My girlfriend's.
Oh, man. Gary's feeling good.
Yes, sir.
Gary's feeling good. How are you feeling, Zach?
I'm feeling all right. We're going to coach a good game. We're going to stop the run, control the clock, and we're going to get this show started. So,
what would you do? Would you do anything physically to fire up your players before the games? Because my coach in high school did that.
What? What do you mean?
I just mean like you would throw stuff at us, but not like stuff that would hurt us.
What?
I probably wouldn't throw stuff at my guys. No, we're family.
I feel like Trevor definitely would throw stuff at his players.
No, I would just have my.
He'd be scared of them. He would be like, "Hey guys, do good out there."
Trevor might get like
step at me, dude. I'm laying down. I'm like, get this guy away from me. Trade him.
He's like, he back talks the punter, and the punter goes. And he's like, ugh.
Dude, I would be like Urban Meyer as a coach, but we would be successful. Trust me. Which, by the way, Zach, I love the Jags defense this year. I really do, man. After looking at the roster, today's roster day, man, I really love the Jags defense.
Wait, I was gonna check something just early on. Y'all explain what beers you have going on, and then I'm gonna look something up while you guys are doing that.
Gary just saluted like he's about to leave. We're 4 minutes in, brother.
I'm saluting to all the NFL players who got cut today.
You
guys for not being good enough at your jobs, so you got fired.
Guess who didn't get fired today? Us.
Yeah, let's go.
Cheers to that.
Well, Trevor, to be fair, you have to have a job to be fired. So
that is true.
But I still didn't get fired.
That is also true.
Yeah. What are you boys drinking tonight? I got a fun one. I can kick us off.
Oh my God.
Zach just found what he was looking for.
I did.
Did Press Taylor get fired?
No.
You guys cut Terrell Edmonds, which I thought was kind of BS. But you guys have a
Oh my God, that guy made the team? He's terrible. But oh my God, is he a free agent?
I don't know. Trevor, what are you drinking?
Bro, head coach Zach is going through it right now. I really wish I had a good reaction to this when I had a sip of it the first time. This is not a live first sip. Again, a Trader Joe's fine. Carrie, you did great there.
Great hookup.
It's a craft beer. It's called Lost Tropic. It is a tropical mimosa sour. It's a cider and a sour mixed together.
Can you show that to me?
Huh?
Can you show that to me?
It's beautiful, dude. It's 6.9%.
Oh.
I tried digging out the little points, so it would say 69%. But I actually made some progress, but it's still there.
Do you not save your beer cans?
And it's a beautiful can, right?
That is. It's very tropical, very fruity.
Right. It's all that it is.
How is it?
And like I said to you, tropical mimosa cider, right? It's exciting.
The mimosa
cider tastes like
mimosa and cider sounds,
but it has a good aftertaste. Like the flavor comes with the aftertaste. But I could drink this. I might have to bring some of these to the bachelor party. It's bachelor party week.
It is bachelor party week.
Yeah, these are pretty good. What are you guys drinking, Gary?
I am drinking one of the nice covers. Got some clouds, some mountains on it. It is from the Mass Landing Brewing Company. It's called On a Mountain in the Clouds, a double dry hopped India Pale Ale.
Does it have a little purple tint to it?
Sadly, it does not. It is brewed in.
It really looks like it does.
Westbrook, Maine, straight out of Maine, the mountains of Maine.
Shout out to Maine. Carrie, you drink a lot of IPAs, dude.
I do. It is. I'd call it your average. It's about your. It's what I have. It's an average. It's an average IPA. It's not a battle, not a great one. You know, I'm not a huge IPA fan, but this one I can tolerate. I love the kingdom. Beautiful mountains. Don't you guys want to be in those mountains right now?
No, I don't like the mountains. I like the beach.
Oh,
the mountains are okay though.
I love the mountains.
You go up there, do what you got to do, and then get down.
Yeah, I don't want to know what you do in the mountains, Trevor. Honestly,
no, it's like the most like. No, it's exactly what you think.
Just how many bodies have you left in the mountains? How many bodies have you left behind in the mountains?
Right, I get to the top, I see what I gotta see.
I mean, that's 0. I would never.
There's nothing else to do on a mountain. You get there, you get to the top. That's all. You see what you set. See what you gotta see and get out of there.
Alrighty, so before I say what beer I'm drinking, what I was looking for is the Giants roster at offensive tackle is really crowded.
Right.
And what I'm looking for, I'm looking for a guy who played right tackle in the preseason, who I was very impressed by, and every game I watched, because again, I've been watching a lot of all 22s, and he is not on the final roster that I can see, but he's also not listed as one of the cuts. So I'm very confused. Anyway, if he did get cut, I want him so bad.
Could be IR.
You want him so bad.
And I want him so bad.
He wants him so bad.
No, he is not hurt.
Who's the Jaguars' right tackle?
I don't even want to put him at right tackle. I think he could move him inside to right guard.
He's thick enough?
Got to get a big, thick boy.
He's not quick enough to play left tackle, but I think he could play right or left guard, and I think he'd be pretty good.
You put him 60 yards away and squint your eyes, he looks like a McRib. that boy's thick, son.
Anyway, I'm going through a lineup tonight. I got 3 different drinks, but I'm starting out with another Crimson Keep from Dragon's Milk Brewing.
Dragon's Milk. King of the North. King of the North.
Then I'm going to follow that up with an Angry Orchard Hard Cider Crisp Apple.
Oh, those are outstanding.
They are. And I'm going to top it off with a Twisted Tea Peach.
There we go.
Wow.
Wow. Going through an entire lineup here. So
I like it. Actually, Zach, I want you to say a few things about the bachelor party this weekend. But I want to say that we're all messing up our palate pretty bad for that beer matching event that we got coming up. But it's all right. Real people don't taste with their tongues, they taste with their minds and their hearts.
That's facts. Now, I have a question about the
lineup.
I have a question. Is it like all like pretty common beers, or is it all like?
It's gonna be. I'm gonna give you a bank of 10 possible.
Gotcha.
domestic beer, domestic light beers.
Okay.
So they're all going to taste pretty similar.
I think
you'll probably have 4. So you're going to have to pick it out of like 10. But
okay.
You're only going to try 4 of them.
I actually think I'm going to be great at this.
I think I'll do all right.
I think I have a refined palate when it comes to beer.
I think I thought of that sober in Fort Myers in a swimming pool.
That was true.
Was he actually sober?
Yeah. We had some great ideas in the Fort Myers swimming pool. A lot of things come to you in the Fort Myers swimming pool. Not all of them are good, but a lot of things come to you.
No. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're not.
What is Zach doing? I thought this was an NFL podcast. It is an NFL podcast. We are going to talk a little bit about college football tonight because
DJ Oogalaga Wagga Wagga, whatever it is terrible. That's all I want to say.
Wagga 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 Wagga.
That guy's awful.
We'll get into that in a minute, but yeah. Bachelor party is coming up, boys.
You ready?
I wouldn't even say it's coming up anymore. It's pretty much here.
It's pretty much here.
It's less than 72 hours away.
In 2 days, we will be doing the Beer Olympics, which will
Actually,
be filmed.
Probably not.
Huh?
2 days is Thursday.
Well, it's almost Wednesday right now, so.
Sure.
Time is relative.
Yeah.
For our audience, let us know. DM us on platforms. Who do you think will win the Beer Olympics? Trevor, Zach, Carrie, Zane, random person named Jared.
Not Jared.
Let me talk about the lineup real fast. So we're starting off pretty basic. We got an 18-ounce beer chug, which is, 12 ounces too easy. So we had to cut some weight with the 18. That's going to knock a couple people out, like Carrie, I presume.
That's fair.
Then that matching game that I told you about, alongside a shotgun chug, which is also going to be pretty quick. I think I know who I'd like to put my money on there. Me.
Not me.
But, and then, I say let's run through it. Meanwhile, I have the memory of a dead goldfish. But
I mean, I can pull it up. You put it in the group chat.
I think we go beer pong after that, which is going to be a little tournament style.
Is it going to be singles or doubles? Well, we have 5, so it has to be singles. Yeah,
everything's single. And then we have a pool race with 3 drinks. You have to take 1 drink, swim to the other side of the pool, take another drink that will be waiting there on you, finish it, swim back to the other side of the pool, get out, finish the last drink, and then your time will stop. And you can't throw up for another 3 minutes after that.
Someone pukes in that pool, that will not be good.
It's okay, dude. I feel like throwing up
You're paying it if
is not that big of an issue. We face way bigger issues this weekend than throw up in a pool.
That's true. Also, Zach, have you ever played beer ball before or heard of beer ball?
What's beer ball?
It's pretty fun, dude.
It looks fun.
So, same kind of distance as a beer pong setup. Think beer pong.
Okay.
But you have an open beer sitting at the end of the table, 1 ping pong ball. I'm at this end, and I'm throwing my ping pong ball at your open beer. It hits your beer, and then it falls off the table, and I start chugging as soon as it hits your beer. You scramble to get the ball, put it back on the table, and I have to stop. First one that finishes their beer wins.
Gotcha. I like that.
So you want to throw it, and you want to.
That sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds like a good time.
That's
looks like next up after the pool drinking thing, we got Flip Cup.
Flip Cup. Right?
Flip Cup. Yep.
Pretty basic.
Yep.
That'll be
Flip Cup, pretty basic, but
3 beers.
I suck at that game.
Yeah, that's a game Carrie's gonna struggle. It's gonna be
also beer pong, double elimination. That's our big event, dude.
Beer pong is the big event of the night, honestly.
No, that's
really
stretch right there where it goes beer pong, pool race, Flip Cup. That is a big 3.
That honestly, I think it's gonna be tough. I think the first two, the two races, the chugs, I think that's gonna be a hard stretch. Then you get that nice break with the beer identifying.
But those are quick. Those are over in a heartbeat. The chugs
but I'm just saying it's a lot of consumption.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a piss.
And then you get that nice little break of the beer identifying, beer taste. Talking about palate, confidence in your palate. Then you have that really tough stretch. You got Pong, the race, and then you have Flip Cup. And then we get into, I don't know what this is going to be. but it says Zach Trivia / Jeopardy.
Trivia.
It's going to be fun.
That's going to be a hit. Let's just say there's going to be a table in front of us that's going to have, 18 shots of tequila on it, and there's no telling who is going to take them, but Zach may or may not be able to have a say in who takes them, depending on his memory, depending on how sharp he is.
There's going to be some hot, top-notch questions. There's going to be questions about sports. There's going to be questions about Zach's life. There's going to be questions about Jared's sex life.
Don't spoil it too much. Don't spoil it too much. Zach, just show up. You'll be fine for that one. That was
and then
cool us off a little bit.
And then it says beer ball is the last thing, which is I guess what you just talked about.
And so beer ball, I'm excited for that being last. That kind of presents like a game 7 where you have to lock it. It's the last big tournament. You have to throw a little ping pong ball at a tiny little thing far away from you, and you got to chug. We're gonna see no boys allowed for that. That's where boys become men. And that's if you're a little boy, stay at home for beer ball. That's the last event.
Very true. So,
yeah, we may never come back alive into this weekend. So if you never hear from us again on this podcast, we all died.
This may be the last Beerly football podcast of all time.
So Georgia may claim some of our lives.
And that's, by the way, that's just Friday night.
Yeah, there's a whole weekend.
For the listeners, that's just Friday. We also got a lot of other fun stuff planned, including so I have a question for Trevor. Trevor's been talking a lot about bulletin board material for this weekend, about like anything me or Carrie says on Twitter.
About what?
You're like saying like, oh, I'm taking notes. This is bulletin board material. But what is that about? Like, are you talking? I can't tell. Like, are you talking about the Beer Olympics? Are you talking about golf? What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the true competitive, the beast is going to be unleashed on Friday. So
now I have a question. When each athlete is introduced, can we play the national anthem?
I was thinking about that. Maybe now's a time to decide.
Or we could have our own intro songs, honestly.
That would be better. Let's do intro music.
Even better than that, should we be representing something like countries or what? Or no?
I don't know. I just like the music idea. Also,
music idea is good.
Zach, we have in-game interviews.
Yeah, and I've talked it over. We have a tripod that I showed you guys last week that you thought was not a tripod. You thought was something that you
held it upside down, so.
Okay, that was an error on me, but it was a tripod. You only thought it was that if you already knew what that was beforehand. Coming into the podcast, you had to know what a dildo was in order. Anyways,
and Beerly fans, we're gonna be on YouTube.
Speaking of which, we found out earlier before this podcast started, Trevor liked being pegged.
That is a true statement.
Completely false news. This is my first time hearing about any of this.
It was unfortunately confirmed by his girlfriend.
Yes.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Can't live on air, Trevor.
That's my boyfriend, by the way.
You know what, Trevor? I can't seem to peg you down on anything, but it seems like your girlfriend can.
I don't like when people say that. Like, when you're like, I always hear you as a Republican or whatever they say. I don't like that kind of word. I always pegged you. This guy came into the chat talking about football. You think we're talking about football? We're talking
not quite yet. I also want a boat one day, but not quite yet.
It is 20 minutes in. I feel like football should probably start.
Yeah, we should probably get into the football of it.
All right,
we got a lot of content coming. It's going to be amazing.
Let's start with the.
Follow us on YouTube at Beerly Sports if you want to see some of the content from Beer Olympics this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with a little bit of college football. Obviously, big upset last week. Georgia Tech and Florida State head-to-head. I believe it was in Ireland. And Georgia Tech stunned the world, knocked off number 10 Florida State in what can only be described as a goddamn travesty of a quarterback performance from DJ Ungalele. Did you guys watch this game? See anything about it? I know this is an NFL podcast, but I do want to cover some college because
I woke up Saturday morning week 1, and I got a text from Trevor who said, "Bet on FSU." So I'm like, "Fine, I'll listen to Trevor. I'll bet on FSU." Look what happened.
No. I tell you what, I'm being 100% honest. I said this to several people I work with. They were giving Florida State like 10.5, and I'm like, That is crazy. I would, and I'm not lying. If it was legal to bet in the state of Georgia, I would have put a decent amount of money on the Georgia Tech money line. I thought Georgia Tech had a very good chance of beating Florida State in this game. I can't believe they were given 10.5.
I was Florida State.
I was going to bet. I was going to put money on Florida State. I was going to put a parlay on Florida State. And I sent you that text around like 8 or 9 in the morning. And then the more I read, the more I'm like, oh, this isn't just Georgia Tech schmorgia schmack. This is a good football team.
Yeah,
you never told me that.
My money, and I was going to bet on them, but
yeah, you never told me that part. You just told me to
do your own research. You just gonna blindly trust me? If I jump off a cliff, you gonna jump off a cliff?
Why would you ever trust Trevor when it comes to betting?
I probably
should never trust me when it comes to anything.
That is true.
Come on.
I just want to say, FSU fans, all of them talk so much crap about not getting the playoffs last season, and look, they get upset their first game to Georgia Tech.
I will.
To be fair, they did lose. They're like replacing like 9 starters on offense and defense.
Anybody thought DJ Uiagalelei was going to be good?
College football. It's life.
No, okay. First off, anyone that thought DJ Uiagalelei was going to be good is stupid. They've never seen him play football before.
It's terrible. He's terrible.
That was the craziest stat of all time. He has 12 for 14 and negative yards per negative air per attempt.
Bro's out there looking like Justin Herbert, bro.
All right, it is week 1 of college. So you guys want to do some pick 'em this week for college?
Let's do some pick 'em for college.
We'll wrap it up with the big game of the week, which I know you guys want to talk about. All right, Trevor, I'll give you this one. USC at LSU Sunday at 7:30 p.m.
Oh, what?
Not that one yet.
Sorry.
USC at LSU.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll just be honest. This is just a flip. I'm actually literally gonna flip a coin if I can find one in the next 5 seconds. I can't. Okay.
I don't know enough about USC's defense.
It's never good.
It's never good, and that's my problem. It's a Pac-12 team entering the SEC. I'm going to take LSU.
Carrie, very quickly, let me tell you about my college football experience every year now that the Gators are not relevant. I'll get more into it next year because we got a great quarterback coming in, DJ Lagway. But I try to make a lot of money in the first 4 weeks when all the big schools are playing the little schools, right? And I watch the big games, the top 25 matchups, and I watch Colorado. I watched Florida until they pissed me off, which was only 3 weeks last year. So I actually got to enjoy college football as a whole last year.
Positive.
But and I really loved watching Colorado last year. It was like watching what do you call Keeping Up with the Kardashians, reality TV.
Guess so.
So I say all that to say this.
I don't even know what you're talking about, honestly.
Louisiana has Grant Nussmeier's son, who was an offensive coordinator for Florida when I was a kid, and I remember not liking him.
Yeah.
No, Doug Nussmeier. Excuse me, not Grant Nussmeier. Doug Nussmeier. So I'm going to take USC.
All right, Zach. Here's one.
Now I'm going to take LSU. Actually,
you took too long to answer, so I stopped caring.
All right,
Zach.
Yeah.
Potentially an upset. I can't remember if you were on the Colorado fan base last year or not. North Dakota State, Colorado. Any chance North Dakota State pulls the upset this Thursday?
I tell you what, I think
Definitely.
that there's a decent chance North Dakota State pulls the upset. I don't think. Here's something I heard. I actually heard Tom Brady talk about it, and I actually really liked his opinion on this. It's rare that me and Tom Brady agree.
Very rare.
There used to be college programs, and you would go to a college program and you'd learn to play in that system and you'd become really good at that system. Colorado seems to be going a different route where they're using the transfer portal almost constantly. They're not really recruiting and developing talent to fit in their system.
right.
And it seems really disconnected. And you saw it when you got to the tougher games last year. Everyone is playing individual football and not playing team football. And I think that's going to come to hurt them when you go against a team like North Dakota State, who doesn't have the same athletes that Colorado has. On paper, Colorado should win this game. But North Dakota State, I believe, is a better team football program.
And that
than
matters
Colorado
in college.
It does. It really does in college.
In the NFL, it matters a little less, but not a lot less, actually, because everyone's good at football in the NFL.
And there's no transfer portal in the NFL.
That's exactly why there's upsets in March Madness.
Yeah.
because a good system will beat 5 good players if chemistry matters in college. That's like chemistry. It's like studying chemistry in college. It matters, and then it doesn't.
I would not give this man a drug test right now.
Hey, that's I wouldn't either because I don't have one, but I'd love to take one. If you guys want to take one.
Shout out to Isai tuning into the chat.
Sup,
Cheers, my boys. Hope all is well. Longhorns
Do
taking
you think there's any chance Clemson could beat Georgia?
I think
it's a 14-1 game.
I think if anyone's, I think Clemson's best chance to beat Georgia is in week 1. Any other week, I'd take Georgia by a lot.
I think Klubnik will be better this year,
and that's one
needs
thing
to be.
I wanted to comment on the Colorado game. They did get a lot of talent in their transfer portal, which is gonna, I think, bode well for them long term. Like last year, their offensive linemen looked like Tenor Rock High School. It was unbelievable. Like just some of the guards look tiny, but I think that'll bode well for them later on in the season. And that if they're going to look discombobulated, it's going to be early on.
Wow.
How many are they favored in that game?
I wish you would have asked me about this.
13.5.
I hate LSU.
Their favorite. I'd take North Dakota State with the points.
One last one just for Esai since he's in here. Texas and Colorado State. Who we got?
That's what are we doing?
Texas is ranked 4th, right?
For Esai, man.
I also
Texas is going to beat Colorado State by 35.
Horns up.
Esai, when this episode drops, go back about 10 minutes ago and listen to what we said about the bachelor party. I think you'll really like that content that we got coming soon.
All right. And then Miami, Florida. I'll go first because I'm the only not biased person here.
I'm unbiased.
I'm not biased.
I have no faith in Graham Mertz and the Florida Gators. They are cooked. I like Cam Ward. I think he's going to do great in Miami. I got Miami easily taking this one by double digits over the Florida Gators. The Smiths are going to rain down on the Kirklands this weekend.
Wait. Okay, so will you bet me double digits? Miami wins by double digits. Will you make that bet, Kerry? Like it can be anything.
So I'll do $10 on it.
$10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did you just say no? Okay.
Huh?
Why did you just say no and then okay?
Oh, I didn't think I did say that, but okay, straightforward.
I thought you just said, "Oh, okay."
All right. Yeah, $10.
All right, Trevor, you go next.
With what?
Your prediction on the Florida-Miami game.
Florida-Miami.
Oh.
It broke him.
Oh, shit. I'm trying to give a score.
No Ricky Pearsall. No ETN.
26-23 good guys.
He's
Wow.
thinking the Gators 26-23.
It's a home game in the swamp, dude. That place.
They've won a lot of those recently, too.
Huh?
They've won a lot of those recently, too.
I don't give a shit. When is the last time Miami has beat Florida in football?
I think we've only played 2 times the last 7 years.
All right, Zach, what about you?
I think that there's a decent chance we win by double digits.
I like that.
Our defensive line is incredible. I don't see how Florida is going to be able to handle the defensive line of Miami.
Florida has a very good offensive line. It's top 15 in the country. But Miami does have a better defensive line than Florida has offensive line. But it'll be a good showcase. But Miami's defensive line is incredible.
Miami's defensive line is incredible. Our offensive line is returning a lot of guys. And we've got decent depth there as well, which gives me confidence. Cam Ward is going to be the best quarterback we've had since ever. Vinny Testaverde, maybe, I guess.
Bro, respect Corey Harris.
No, I don't. I refuse.
But I said the N-word in a post-game interview.
I see you, Zane. I see you.
But I think there's a decent chance that Miami wins by double digits. I really like a lot about this Miami team. The running backs are always solid and deep. Our offensive line's pretty good. Our defense, especially the front seven, is great. And then Cam Ward, I mean, again, if we'd have had decent quarterback play last year, we're probably a 10. But
Carey.
we had Tyler Van Dyke. So there you go.
Every time Carey gets up, it sounds like he has to like fight somebody off to get a beer. And then
there's a beer in the fridge.
Sweating.
He's got to fight 18 ninjas to get a beer.
I know.
Yes.
And it takes you a long time too. It doesn't.
All the way over
like
there.
a quick beer run. It takes you about like an odd.
Carey, I know where you're sitting right now in your apartment. You're 3 steps from your refrigerator.
I have to get off this horrible ass stool I have to sit on every week.
I don't know, man.
Tough
You should
life.
do a standing pod. I've done that before. It worked out pretty well.
And here's my second beer for the night. I got another Trader Joe's dark premium beer imported from Mexico.
Did you finish that IPA or you just gave up on it?
Yeah, I have like 2 sips left.
My
I don't blame you
prediction,
for giving
final
up on
score,
an IPA.
Miami takes it down 38-17.
Oh, no shot, Zach.
You want to bet Trevor on double-digit win too?
I'll bet Trevor on a double-digit win.
You know what, Zach? You don't even got to pay me anything if they win by double digits because
Really?
it's your
Really?
weekend.
That is
And
not
that's
okay.
not going to happen.
Zane's
But that's not going to happen. I'll put $10 on it, and you don't even got to pay me anything.
All right, that's not podcast friendly, Zane. I'm not reading that out. Carey knocking everything over that pregame before the show must be awesome.
Every time.
Sadly, you know what the saddest part is, Esai? He doesn't even pregame before the show.
But don't, sadly.
Not anymore, but during the season, I have more faith in Carey during the season.
I fell
Off-season
off.
Carey's a zombie.
If Florida wins, Zane will do unspeakable things, is basically what he said in his last.
Zane might punch a wall again. You know, this might be a FGC Michigan State all over again. All right,
That was nuts.
that was insane.
If you were a white boy and you never punched a hole in the wall, you're not a white boy.
I've thrown.
I've never punched a hole in a wall because I valued my wrist.
I have a question, Trevor. I've thrown a Wii remote through a wall. Does that count?
Jesus, man. Did you not wear the strap? They make
Hey,
the
like,
strap just for that,
MLB
Carey.
2K7 got pretty.
I've thrown a
insane.
water bottle through a wall.
We've all thrown.
Oh, yeah, he did. That was pretty awesome. I wasn't there, but I heard it
That was
from
crazy.
wherever I was.
All right, are we ready to talk NFL like 30 minutes into the podcast?
Yes.
I guess.
Why can't I get this? Oh, is this a?
I guess we can talk NFL 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's talk NFL. So, the Giants guy I was looking up earlier, his name's Joshua Miles. So let me just get into that whole thing at the beginning of the episode. Joshua Miles is a right tackle that plays for the New York Giants, or maybe
Anybody cares about a backup offensive line for the New York Giants?
I do, because he could be a starter in this league. He's good, and he's really good. The problem is he doesn't have a great kick. But what do you do with a tackle that doesn't have a great kick?
You put him at guard.
If he's good at blocking, you put him at guard. Exactly. Thank you. And if he is good at guard, Jacksonville, if you don't get this man and put him at guard,
like
I'm going to be triggered.
Zach's calling for it.
Did you guys do your playoff predictions at all?
I didn't.
You know, I knew there was something else that I needed to write down in my notebook, and I could not think of it for the life of me.
I can tell you my division winners.
If I give mine right now, could you guys like think of yours on the spot?
Yeah.
Just a quick little.
Just say the 4 division winners and the 3 wild cards.
Yep, I got them in order too.
Think of something on the spot? How about I just react to yours?
All right. I got my NFC playoff race right here. I got the Niners as the 1 seed winning the NFC West.
Okay, that's not bad.
I got the Lions as the 2 seed winning the NFC North.
That's all right.
I get the Falcons as the 3 seed winning the NFC South.
I don't like it, but it's possible.
I have the Cowboys as the 4 seed winning the NFC East.
You hate the Eagles, dude, but okay.
Gosh, bro.
Wait, can I ask you something?
Sure.
The Cowboys are not going to win that division unless they have something to put their back on at the running back position. Because when you're up and you need to like hold a lead and it's the second half, you can't just throw the ball every down. You need to have something.
We didn't have a good running back last year. Tony Pollard was terrible last year.
But you don't like Dalvin. I like Dalvin Cook in there, and you don't like Dalvin Cook there.
I don't think he's bad. I think Dalvin Cook and Zeke is okay. I don't think it's not a great running back duo, but there could be worse.
You think it's good enough to win that division?
I don't think the division is good. They don't really have any contests besides the Eagles. Like the Giants and Commanders aren't ready, so it's a two-way race. And I don't like
the Eagles. Are no easy out, you know.
We'll see.
You hate the Eagles. I got it. Who are
Not
your
if they
wild
play
cards?
like they did in the second half, they're an easy out. All right.
The Eagles better be one of your wild cards then. They got to make the playoffs.
Number 5, number 1 wild card. I get the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, I like that. Oh, put the Bears in here for me.
Number 6, made the playoffs last year. I get the LA Rams.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about the Rams. I don't know if I agree, but I have heard a lot of people talking well about
You're
them.
not going to like this one. I talked about it last week. I get the Vikings of the 7th seed in the NFC as my wild card.
I don't know,
to make
man.
the playoffs. I think they'll have a better
Maybe
defense.
next year. I could see them next year, just not this year. And it has nothing to do with the quarterback. Well, it has something to do with the quarterback, but
But like besides the Eagles, is there anybody else you would see in the playoffs over them?
the NFC,
Everybody else is kind of like mediocre.
the Bucks. Come on,
Bucks don't scare me.
they won. They were 8 points away from the NFC Championship game last year.
They get hot when it mattered. That's it. I don't think they're a great team.
Wow, I got something
Saturday.
shocking cooking right
And
now.
I'll go with my AFC then before Zach goes. As I said this last week in my hot predictions, I have the Jets as the 1 seed in the AFC. Jets number 1.
Okay, I mean I like the Jets, but that's a bit much. But I like the Jets, so
I
I'll
get
let it slide.
I get the Chiefs at 2, winning the AFC West. I get the Ravens at 3, winning the AFC North. And I've got the Colts at 4, winning the AFC South. Sorry.
You have the Colts winning the AFC South? Are you
Oh,
yeah.
joking?
Carey.
I got the Titans, but I wanted the Colts.
Hey, Carrie, I
Oh,
will bet you
God.
anything you want. Anything you want that the Colts don't win the AFC.
That one I don't have enough faith in the bet on.
Gary,
I will bet you anything that they finish
I don't
third.
want to bet on that.
Okay.
Carrie, a lot of
What?
things you say rub me the wrong way, but that really rubbed me the right way, dude.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
All of them?
Oh, no, just the Colts and the Ravens.
Oh.
I guess.
And the Chiefs are fair. Jets.
Yeah, the Chiefs is obvious. Yeah.
Number 5 won't rub you in the right way, Trevor. I get the
Buffalo
Bills.
Bills.
I had the Bills of the first wild card in the AFC. Josh Allen carrying this team on his
It's not
back.
happening. It's not happening.
Carrying his team.
The 5
Number-
seed is not happening.
Number 6, I said they'd be disappointing. I think they will be disappointing, but I still got them in the playoffs. I get the Texans as the 6th seed. And I don't know why this. I feel like they'll make the playoffs, but I don't like this team. I got the Bengals as the 7th seed in the AFC. Also,
Big
I'm
year
very
for me.
worried about the. This is off the topic, but I'm very worried about the Browns. I've heard Deshaun Watson hasn't taken a snap in like a month, and Nick Chubb is now out for the first 4 games.
But like that scrappy football is kind of how they play. That is very concerning because that's how they score. A starting quarterback and one of the best running backs in the league. So,
We'll see.
but they're used to
Also-
low scoring games. So is DTR going to be their quarterback too?
I heard they will trade either Huntley or Winston.
They're
So
looking to trade both of them, is what I
Yeah,
heard.
get Jameis.
No, we'll
Winston
trade one of
playing,
them.
bro.
And then I do not hate the Titans as a playoff sleeper. I love the Titans.
What
They-
are we doing right now?
Will Levis looked incredible preseason. He is ready to ball out this year. The Titans are going to
What
surprise
are we
people.
talking about?
Get
Oh my
ready, boy.
God.
The
The
Titans
Titans are the worst team in their division.
I am all on the Will Levis train. Woo,
Dude.
woo.
Just like you were all on the Daniel Jones train after one good year, and it's going to be the
That
same
was
shit
2 years
again.
ago. That was before his good
Zach,
years.
Zach, is there any like team like that I weirdly gas up the way that he gasses up the
No,
Tennessee
I wouldn't
Titans?
say there's a team. I'd say there's players.
All
That's
his-
fine.
all
I'll
your
allow
quarterbacks you're in love
I'm a
with.
man. I'm not perfect, but
We know that.
a team like the Titans, I don't like. Why are you so like? Ooh, the Titans are gonna do so good. The Titans.
I think
like,
they're going to get exposed as Derrick Henry merchants.
Did you have that much fun in
Henry's
Nashville,
good.
Carrie? We
What?
didn't even. Never mind.
They
Did you
got-
have that much fun in Nashville?
It was solid. It was pretty cold. There was nobody there.
It was. We didn't see the sun the whole time we were there.
I was very drunk.
No.
But yeah, that's my team. Zach, you got your list already of playoff teams?
I don't, this is in no particular order. I do have division winners, but I don't have them in a particular order.
That's fair.
Sorry.
So I'll start with the NFC like Carrie did. I have the Falcons winning their division, the Lions winning their division, the Niners winning their division. I have the Cowboys winning the NFC.
So
East.
same as me.
Yep. I have the Rams getting in as a wild card.
Same.
I have the Eagles getting in as a wild card.
Thank you.
And I have, looking at their schedule, honestly, they need like one upset to get to double-digit wins. I have the Bucks in as a wild card.
No Packers. Interesting.
No Packers.
This man hates Love once again.
I don't hate Love. I think he's got a tougher schedule, though. I mean, the Packers' schedule is pretty easy, or the Bucks' schedule is pretty easy.
Right, and you saw like Kerry gave us no respect. He just pushed us under the rug. But when we played Jacksonville last year, we're a nice team when we get hot.
When we played Jacksonville, one of the worst teams in the NFL.
That is not true.
What are you talking about, dude?
They will be
objectively not true.
Hey, Kerry, how much you want to bet we're not one of the worst teams in the NFL? I'll bet you anything.
You know, we're talking about last year's team, too, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mind you, your team had the 3rd overall pick, son.
Oh, they're terrible. Patriots aren't even in this league. Patriots
But
are
the Jags
closer
were
to
not a
the,
bad team.
Patriots are closer to the XFL than the NFL right now.
The Jags are just disappointed. They're not a
Their
bad
offensive linemen, like, I don't even think they're professional athletes. I think they somehow scam their way onto an NFL roster, and they're just like that. Was that high school from like a couple years ago that played that game? Yeah, like they're that school.
Bishop Gorman.
Bishop Gorman.
Bishop Sycamore. Or whatever.
No, Bishop Sycamore. Bishop Gorman's a real school in Las Vegas.
Oh, right.
Yeah, if you're a Patriots offensive lineman, you suck.
I thought Bishop Gorman was in Florida.
No, it's in Las Vegas, I believe. Because I think that's where Tate Martell went to school.
Dude, Taylor, you know he's got like an entrepreneur club in like a loft in Tampa.
No, I didn't know that. That's funny though.
You have to like pay $7.99 a month to like follow their Instagram, dude.
I feel like you have.
No, fuck Tate Martell. Fuck that.
Okay, moving on to the AFC. The Jags are winning their division because they've improved at every level. Every level of their team has improved.
Wide receiver
talent
has improved. Absolutely.
Well, I like BTJ because it was a nickname, but I'm not sold on wide receiver is important in 2024, and they just don't. I'm not sold on that.
You don't think they've improved?
They might have improved, but they sucked last year and they lost their one.
Calvin Ridley is a terrible one. He's barely even a 2.
But he's a
very
one.
good
Who's
2.
the
He's
one
a very
now?
good 2.
BTJ, a rookie, is a
Christian
one.
Kirk.
Christian Kirk. Kirk is underrated. I'll give Zach that.
Okay, but he's gonna have 700 yards like he always does.
What are you talking about? He was a 1,000-yard receiver 2 years ago, and then he got hurt last year when he was en route to 1,000 yards.
Also, Zach, how did it feel that Desmond Ridder was released, knowing that you hyped him up all last season? He couldn't even make the Cardinals roster.
Listen, okay, I was rooting for Desmond Ridder. I never thought he was great, and you can go back and you can look at it. I said I don't think he's
that
great.
man is closer to a DoorDash delivery driver than an NFL quarterback.
Dude, I knew 2 years ago when that clip dropped, I knew that he wasn't that good of a quarterback. I was like, this is gonna come back and bite him in the ass so badly, and it has. Like, if you're a great quarterback, you can do some like commercials or whatever, like Kirk Cousins, whatever. But if you're like a guy that hasn't proved himself and you're kind of mid and he set himself up. That was like Paul George when he did the Where's Waldo costume. But,
Mark Shaw says quarterback has improved too. Quarterback play improves when the offensive line improves, and the offensive line has improved.
I'm still waiting on that Prince that was promised.
So Jags win their division.
Yeah, what year of the promise?
Zach, will we get George R. R. Martin finishing the Game of Thrones books before Trevor Lawrence is actually a good quarterback? I think there's a more likely chance of that happening.
Imagine blaming Trevor Lawrence for the 30th O-line in NFL football. Imagine blaming Trevor Lawrence.
I did see an article that people were very mad at Luke Fortner, who you said was rated like the 34th center, that he didn't get cut and he made the team.
Yeah, people are upset about it, and Jaguars fans.
Fortner's on the squad.
He's a backup, but he's on the squad, sadly.
I need to throw these beers back.
I have the Chiefs winning their division. It's a cupcake division. They shouldn't have an issue taking that down.
The cupcake division.
I have the Ravens winning their division, and in the AFC East. Division. In the AFC East, I got the Bills. Get the Bills taking the AFC East.
You guys.
No, we need to have a conversation about Josh Allen in like 2 minutes.
I wish there was no guidelines. Like, I wish I could just say
listen. This is the way I think about it.
Trevor said
Trevor, this is what Trevor believes in his mind. Trevor believes in a mind that they lost a top 10 wide receiver in Stephon Diggs.
Which they did.
They
No,
did
they
not.
The most
Stephon
catches
Diggs hasn't
in
been
the
a top
NFL
10
over
wide
the last 5
receiver
years.
in 2 years. It's
The
been
most
2 years
catches,
since he was
the most catches in the NFL over the last 5 years, by the way.
Congratulations.
5
Because he
years
cries
ago.
when he doesn't get the ball.
Okay, but that's
Congratulations.
the top 10 receiver in everyone's book.
5
No.
years ago.
No.
In the last 5 years,
He's not
he has
even the
most
top.
catches
He's
in
not
the
even the
NFL.
best receiver
You just
on
said
his
2 years
team.
ago.
I'd argue
Okay,
he's the
whatever-
third best receiver on his current team.
Whatever it takes you guys to formulate your little list, but production, football-wise, the stuff that matters, he's a top 10 receiver. The most catches over the
No,
last
he
5
isn't.
years. That's top 10 in every
You
universe.
said he's the most 5 years ago. This is 2024. 2019.
I said for the
COVID
last
hadn't even
5
started.
years.
COVID
And
hadn't
he's
even
not on the
started.
team anymore. We're talking about the past, Gary.
He's cooked, man.
We're talking about the past. That's what we're
Zach,
talking
kinda
you
about.
why.
They said Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Josh Allen.
I said that I think that he's going to have a better season than Josh Allen.
Jalen Hurts, the man that is carried by his asshole.
2022, second in MVP voting. 11 weeks into the season last year, before he broke his hand, he's a front runner. Yeah.
He's a super team.
First off, he was not a front
Okay,
runner
Kerry,
for
that's
MVP.
light. I can't.
He was
change
never
that.
a
What do you want
front
me to
runner
do?
for MVP last year.
He's a front runner according to Trevor Scott.
Okay, you want
That's-
Kerry? This is what you want me to do sometimes. You want me to hook my PS4 controller into the fucking universe and like change teams around. He has a super team. I can't do anything about that. AJ Brown's good.
Okay.
Devontae
Unfortunately,
Smith's good.
Jalen Hurts just can't get him the ball.
That's-
All right, moving on.
Jalen Hurts is great. Jalen Hurts
And
is
the
going to be
wild
great this year.
card spots, I have the Jets. I have the Jets getting
I'm
a
surprised
wild
you
card
have them in the
spot.
playoffs.
That's kind of shocking coming.
Yeah, I
from
didn't think
Dak.
you would.
I have the Texans in a wild card spot.
Anything to keep the Dolphins out of the playoffs. I'm crying.
And I have the Bengals in a wild card spot.
Anything to keep the Dolphins
Dude, the
out.
Dolphins are terrible.
I had the Dolphins written down, and I'm like, well, the Bengals, though, you know?
Tua can't play when it gets coldy woldy. He can't get
You're,
chilly.
you're a
willy.
troll. You're trolling. You're trolling.
It's-
Anyway,
Listen,
Right.
I think there's a decent chance that Miami gets swept by both Miami and New York this year.
That Miami gets swept by Miami.
Or I think there's a decent chance that Tua gets swept by Buffalo and New York this year.
Trevor, what is the
The
best
state
game?
of New York will own.
When has
Miami
Tua
Dolphins.
ever shown up in a big game in his life?
but you can say that about so many quarterbacks, but you only say it about Tua.
Because he's the only one that's never shown up in a big game ever, and he's never won anything.
Well, no.
Okay, tell me.
You could say that about other quarterbacks that Trevor Scott loves. Dak Prescott,
You can say that about
Lamar
85% of the
Jackson,
quarterbacks in the league.
Jalen Hurts has shown up in a big game before. but
Jalen
won.
Hurts played great in the Super Bowl, so
Yeah. He played good once in a big game.
Tua can
Okay,
prove me.
so that's
Trevor,
two.
Tua can prove me wrong.
That's
If he-
three.
If Tua
Okay,
can play
three.
if
Stafford
Tua
and
can play
Rodgers
like-
have.
September and October, Tua, he can be a top 5 quarterback, but he's never proven that.
Has Russell Wilson or no?
Russell Wilson, what?
But has he shown up in like an important game?
Russell
Like,
Wilson's
yes.
success in the NFL is entirely based on the fact that he had the Legion of Boom.
That's what I'm saying. They had an amazing. Was it ever him that like willed his team then like
No,
won a
it was
playoff?
never just Russell Wilson.
Because I'm trying to. Okay, Joe Flacco is technically still in the NFL, so we got to put him on that
Joe
list.
Flacco had some great playoff games.
Joe Flacco went like 15-0 touchdown to interception ratio in that playoff run.
Like he was ass in the regular season, but he showed up in those playoffs.
I also like his high release.
It's true.
Me too.
He's probably gonna be. He's gonna be starting this season over when Anthony Richardson gets hurt.
Shut up! You're such a troll.
Zane,
How-
we're talking since he only showed up in the biggest game in college football. Congratulations. Welcome to the NFL. That was 4 fucking years ago.
Who are we talking about? Justin Fields?
Tua, I think.
Tua.
Oh,
That was
Yeah,
4
I
years
don't
ago.
Tua's like best game, like beating the Broncos 70-12 in October, like that. He
okay,
killed,
but we
kills
went through
the
that list,
Patriots
Kerry,
crappy
to
team
say-
every year.
Kerry, you saying he's never won a big time game when it matters or whatever?
He's never
we
played
only
well
put
in
that
a
on-
big time game.
Huh?
He's never played well in a big time game. Trevor, he can easily prove me wrong.
Okay, but we only said that to like 5 or 6 current NFL quarterbacks.
I've seen Tua play great.
Wait, guys that have played good in big time games.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
What has Josh Allen done? What big time
Are you
game?
kidding me?
Have you watched him against the Chiefs in playoffs?
That wasn't a
Josh
big time
Allen
game. It was a first round, it was
statistically
second
is
round
the
of the playoffs.
number 2 all-time performer in playoff games. Number 2, behind one man, Patrick Mahomes.
But circumstances matter. I don't give a shit if you get past Mason Rudolph.
No, I'm
doesn't
talking
move
about.
the playoff
I'm talking
games,
about
Trevor.
even in the games that he's lost.
He showed up
He's
in the game.
still the second best quarterback all time in playoff games.
Trevor,
But you can't say that about just the games you have to go to just the games he's lost then.
he's never played that in playoffs.
I mean, you can look up the stats for yourself. He's never
Okay,
had a bad playoff game.
Okay, but the team on the other sideline is led by Mason Rudolph. I don't care.
He won. What are we? You're
What
not
are you talking about? I'm
talking about last year in the playoffs. This most current playoffs that we just
Did
saw.
he not play well in the game against the Chiefs?
Okay, but that's not a
Was
big
that
game.
his
That's
fault?
the second. That's not a huge. That's not a big game.
What are you talking? It's a playoff game.
So okay, would you
It's
say
win
Lamar
or go
Jackson
home.
has never
There's
won
no
a big
bigger
time?
game than that.
Has Lamar Jackson played
I'm
well
not
in a big
saying-
time game?
I'm not even
Absolutely
saying
not.
playoffs.
He's never played well in the
Yes,
playoffs.
Lamar has. Well, I'm including
So
regular
he busted
season
the
too.
Texans' ass.
No, you can call regular season. Like Lamar in that Niners game was great.
Okay, but you're saying
Lamar
okay,
has.
but
I'm
has
saying
Lamar
big
ever
regular
played well
season.
in a game that mattered?
Yes, I think he has.
Okay,
Lamar-
so
I
you're giving it to
would
Josh
say
Allen.
no,
You have
but-
to give it to Lamar too.
No, I definitely agree. Lamar has
Okay,
I don't know if Lamar has.
2-0, but it's not over yet.
I think a lot of that playoff win over the Texans was the defense.
this is
I
the
think it was
best.
about 80% defense, 20% off.
No, because it was tied at halftime. It was 14.
Okay, they both played terribly for a half of football.
and they
I don't
blew
care.
up. But the second half was all offense. They cooked. No, it was a back and forth game. It was fine. It was 14-14. It was a playoff game. And in the second half, they just went insane. Lamar Jackson, I think they took him out at the end of the game. It's a playoff game. It's unbelievable.
All right, Trevor, do you have a playoff list that you can think of?
No, I said I was just going to react to y'all. I'm not doing that. I forgot. But I have my my awards. Yes.
How many? You want to? I have MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player, Offensive Rookie, Defensive Rookie, Comeback Player, Coach of the Year. Do you guys
Didn't
have
we
all
used to
those?
do something in the previous
Oh,
years? Like,
also, real quick, I wanted to mention this is for Trevor's sake. Florida, the University of Florida, going back to that, I think that they could be a really good team and go like 4-8.
oh, because of the schedule?
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal. But we had this a couple years ago when it was timed perfectly to like a recruit that was coming in that we were all really excited about.
Yeah.
So like I'll take the hard year now because next year is DJ Lagway's first year, and I'll be really locking into Gators football. So if we got to have that crazy schedule, give it to us right now. Let Graham Mertz get hurt, take all the hits. So next year, my glorious prince, DJ Lagway, can just win the Heisman. But yeah, it's a tough schedule. It's a bad schedule. I
Yeah.
think we have one team that's like a guaranteed win, and it's like Samford or something.
Yeah. Sanford, like week 3.
The rest of the schedule is just brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my buddy who's the other assistant at the club I work at. He's a Gator fan. And I was like, you guys could legitimately like have like a terrible record and be a pretty good team and no one would know it. Because y'all got Texas, Alabama, Georgia, LSU, A&M, Miami.
Tennessee, who's ranked right now, right? Tennessee's top 20.
I believe so.
Tennessee's number 19, I think.
No, Miami's 19.
Oh, Miami's 19.
Tennessee's
something else.
right there. And I think y'all have Kentucky as well. I mean, y'all are.
And Kentucky's a fist fight every year. Those son of bitches. I swear, Florida's their Super Bowl every year. It's so annoying. I hate Will Levis. Anyways, I got my list of way too early NFL award winners. I think in the past we did some like disappointing teams or disappointing players, but
I have a couple of those.
I just have the awards, but yeah, I guess we can. So should we should we wait to the end to do the MVP, or should we start with that?
Let's do I could do my improved and disappointing because I have them. I just have a couple. I don't want to go too deep on them. Most improved / breakouts. I got Drake London. I think Kirk Cousins will finally get him to a top tier status as a wide receiver. I hype this man up all offseason. I got Will Levis, breakout season. It's coming. Trevor's favorite, most underrated receiver in the NFL, Josh Palmer. I think it's going to be a big season for Josh Palmer. He's the only even talented receiver on that Chargers team. He's going to have a big year.
Did you say Quentin Johnson make a catch the other day?
Oh, that
he made a catch? Wow.
Yeah. He made a one-handed catch in the back of the end zone.
And then I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Tyjae Spears, the guy for the Titans. I think he's going to overtake. I think he's going to overtake Tony Pollard and be the RB1. I like him.
I don't think so. But
they said that they don't have an RB1. It's just they like them both the same. It's a committee, and it's quite literally 50-50.
And disappointing. This is going to piss Trevor off, sadly, most of these. I got Anthony Richardson. The hype is just too high for this guy. Not seeing it yet.
What is the hype? Why is the hype too high? What do
you not see everyone everywhere hyping him up, especially fantasy football, whatever it is? He gets so much hype.
So
he does get a lot of hype.
His performance or his fantasy performance?
Both.
So he's going to suck, you think?
I don't think he sucked, but I've seen people say he's going to be next to Cam Newton.
Well, I don't think anyone thinks.
I have them winning division. I don't think he's going to be. If he can stay up. No, people have literally said he's going to be. They have him as potential. I've seen him. People put him as a potential MVP sleeper. Like stuff like that.
Okay, well, Cam Newton was an MVP, so I don't know. I don't think he gets. I don't think he sniffs the MVP award this year, but I think he plays well. Like I have high hopes for him, and it's not him getting anywhere close to MVP. But
and then sadly, another Trevor favorite. I get Derrick Henry. It's disappointing. I think the better days are over. Lamar's going to get a lot of goal line carries. Still,
no, he doesn't. He literally doesn't.
Derrick Henry is not the guy he was. I don't think he's going to have a great season.
Kerry, let me tell you something. Last year, Gus Edwards, 13 rushing touchdowns, a combined 29 yards. Do some math for me, OCD accountant. 29 divided by 13. What is that?
46.56.
2.1.
We'll see.
Okay, imagine instead of those 2.1 yard carries, instead of Gus Edwards, you got Derrick freaking Henry, bud.
Remember we've talked about this like every week for the last week because the Ravens' line is nowhere near as good as it was.
Like I said, we talk about stuff and nothing I say.
You know what? In 2 weeks when football comes on, we could actually talk about this again. How about that?
I guess, but I disagree heavily with the
last. And here's my last one, who I've been seeing get a ton. He had a great rookie season when he was healthy. I think Devon Achane is going to be the biggest fantasy bust of anyone this season.
I don't want him in fantasy.
I think Jalen Wright, who had a great preseason, he's super fast. I think he's going to see a lot of action in the Dolphins' backfield. Mostert is there. Achane will be involved. They also have Jeff Wilson Jr. I don't think this is an RB1. It's going to be a lot of committee action here. I think Achane is going to be a big fantasy bust, and I would sell high on him. And
I don't like guys like that in fantasy, like those running backs who are just like streaky speed guys that get to the outside. They're very boom or bust. I don't ever like them.
Well, that's good. You won't draft him.
I like scoring 108 points every week, and if that's enough to win, great. And if that's enough to lose, that's also fine. But I like my guys that are going to get me 108 points every week. If it's PPR, it might be like 122 or something. But that's the fantasy strategy. Just find your number and just relax.
All right. You guys got Coach of the Year?
I do have Coach of the Year. But I don't want to go first.
Zach?
I don't have a Coach of the Year. I'm thinking about it right now.
Okay, I'll go first, I guess, again, because I'm the only one prepared. All right, I got second and third place. I got Matt Eberflus and Robert Saleh as my runners-up. I think they'll both have good seasons. Colts, I had them winning division. Jets, I had them number 1 seed. But Coach of the Year, I got Raheem Morris to the Falcons. I think the Falcons turn it around.
I'm going to tell you right now. Gary, oh, my God. Unless something which people change, I'll give it to you.
Sure.
When he coached the Bucks,
I don't think he's
how long ago? That was bad. That was bad news.
I honestly don't think he's a good coach. I just think the Falcons have an easy division and a good team, and they'll win.
Schmitty Golf. Mark Shaw says, how many big-time games Tuna really played in? Not that many, but it seems when he gets cold outside, he starts singing that song, Baby, It's Cold Outside, and he wants to stay home instead of go play in a playoff game.
Also, I would like to comment, Tyreek Hill was absent in that game. absent. He was worthless. Mike McDaniel called him and said, "We."
So you're saying Tua can't do anything without Tyreek Hill is what you just said.
Okay, Kerry, I can't plug my PS4 controller into the universe and trade him. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's literally what you said.
Yeah, that's what
you said. Tyreek Hill was absent,
so Tua
and the offense did nothing.
No, but it was a close game.
What?
And Tyreek Hill was supposed to be the game changer.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill was the only one that scored a touchdown.
And he also scored a touchdown for the Chiefs.
That was in London.
They took it right out of his hands and ran it back.
That was in London. That was in London, bud.
What?
That was in the London game.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that.
You can tell Trevor doesn't watch football.
I remember
and he's
that
talking crap about people that
well.
watch Red Zone on Twitter, and then he doesn't even watch actual football.
Pretty funny.
It was a year ago, man. You know, and it was the same two teams. I remember who even did it. It was Tyreek Hill, Brian Cook, and Jordan Whitehead.
All right.
I remember the play very well.
Zach, you got yours yet?
Yeah.
Which Tyreek Hill gets paid.
I'll start out with Rookie of the Year.
Not anymore.
I think it's going to be close. I wrote down a name, but I'm going to cross it out, and I'm going to give it to someone else.
Wait, no, we're doing Coach of the Year.
Oh, you want me to do Coach of the Year?
Unless we're just going to.
I mean, I was starting where Carey started. Didn't you start at Rookie of the Year?
I said Coach of the Year. I said Raheem.
Yeah,
Morris.
we haven't done. But
okay. Coach of the Year, I also have Raheem Morris. I had literally, I couldn't remember Raheem Morris's name. I literally had Falcons head coach written down, and I looked up Falcons head coach. I think that the Falcons team is going to be so much better than they were last year, simply because of personnel. I don't think it has anything to do with Raheem Morris being the head coach.
I agree. Yeah,
but with the personnel improvement, I think they're going to be. I think if they don't win the division, I think honestly, this is me being 100%. If they don't win the division this year, I think Raheem Morris should be fired after year one.
Year one, hey.
I know that's crazy. Normally people don't do that, but if they don't win the division this year, Raheem Morris should be fired.
I would have gone Belichick in that. They were Vrabel. I don't think Morris was a good hire, but still.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even think he was the best defensive coach available.
So what was it? Arthur Smith was the coach last year, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think he was a little too technical on offense. Raheem Morris is a very good defensive coordinator. I like him on that side of the ball. Just head coach is a little. You saw it with not Arthur Smith, the guy with the white hair who also coached in Atlanta, Dan Quinn. The struggles that they have going from defensive coordinator to head coach, but Atlanta, I honestly think that this is one of the odd situations where you could just be like, trust Kirk, give the ball to Bijan Robinson a lot, give the ball to Kyle Pitts a lot, and just keep your hands out of the offense. Focus on that defense where all the
let the OC run the offense. Let the OC run the offense.
And let Kirk Cousins run the offense. He's Kirk Cousins, dude. You don't got to teach a new dog new tricks, you know?
I mean, he's not really a new dog anymore, but
no, I mean you don't have a new quarterback. You have Kirk Cousins. You don't got to teach nothing.
Yeah.
So I would love to put Eberflus up there. Who's the Seahawks? McDonald? No, I'm not putting.
Yeah.
This is a hard one. I have something written down for everyone. I wanted to put Shane Steichen as well.
I feel like a lot of the guys that should have won it last year didn't.
DeMeco Ryans is a good one. Saleh is a good one. Salah, however you say it.
Salah.
I feel like a Muslim every time I say his name, dude.
I actually made a mistake in this podcast for once.
Mm-hmm.
For once, I meant
once, dude. For what? Once in the
I meant Shane.
Minutes?
I meant Shane Steichen, not Matt Eberflus. For
Eberflus is Bears. Steichen is Colts.
Yeah, I meant Steichen, not Eberflus.
I don't know, dude. I got Vegas pulled up real fast. Harbaugh is the favorite. Eberflus is second. McDonald's third. LaFleur, Morris, Steichen,
Who's
Ryans.
Shaw?
Mark Shaw is my uncle.
Oh.
Who is who?
He doesn't watch football either. Otherwise, he would know that Cousins has been consistently let down by his defense. But
sure. All right, ready for
Kirk Cousins has never played in a big game in his life. And
all
he's
right,
fucking 40.
Comeback player of the year?
Oh gosh.
I'll go.
I didn't have a comeback player of the year. I had a surprising player.
DeMar Hamlin.
I think it qualifies. I think this is both.
Is it Jacoby Jones? That was bad. That was
no.
Bad
It's someone that Carrie's gonna like.
That was bad taste.
Wow.
Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold
Jesus Christ
is gonna have a great year in Minnesota.
What did he come back from? Sucking?
Yeah. Hey,
kind of like Joe Flacco last year.
Geno Smith did it.
Yeah.
I think Joe Burrow's a pretty easy one, so I picked him.
Okay. I got 2 runner-ups in the finalists because I was prepared. I got Kirk Cousins, my number 1 runner-up. I think he's going to have a big season in Atlanta. Number 2, Trevor will like this one. I got Kyler Murray as my other runner-up. I think he's going to have a good season in Arizona. And as Zach said, my comeback player of the year, I got Sam Darnold leading the Vikings to the playoffs.
What are you guys? You guys serious?
Did you guys watch Nick Mullins throw like 400 yards a game?
We're talking about comeback play. See, oh my God.
Sam Darnold, I think, could be very competent this offseason.
I agree.
But you guys both think that he's going to win comeback player of the year?
He's like very highly favored in Vegas odds, too, for comeback player of the year.
Is Jordan Addison healthy or not yet?
He's healthy. He's just serving a 6-game suspension for a DWI.
Wait, is that actually happening?
Yes. Sadly, Rashee Rice, who was involved in a hit and run, is not serving any kind of suspension.
Is he not?
Because Patrick Mahomes is the main character of the NFL.
I heard he was because they signed
that's why they brought Juju in and kept him on the team.
I believe the investigation's concluded and they've decided not to suspend Rashee Rice.
That'd be crazy, dude. That's nuts.
I got to give it to Burrow, but the fact that both of you guys picked Sam Darnold is something. I don't know what word.
Remember you were a Sam Darnold supporter? Remember you were a Sam Darnold supporter like 2
No,
years
I love Sam Darnold. No, I really do.
Actually, do you know what? Aaron Rodgers, honestly, could be in that too.
Yeah, but I'm too scared.
I'm not as high on Rodgers
knows
as
what he's going to look like. So
I'm just scared that he'll get hurt. I think if he's healthy, he'll be fine. That offensive line, when I saw
never listen to Zach when he says I think he's going to tear it up. Sam Darnold's been a letdown to every team he's ever been on. That's not true. That's just flat out not true.
Hashtag backup central.
Wait, Zane, I seem to remember a team that you're a fan of, the Buccaneers. Chance to make the playoffs 2 years ago. And some quarterback out of Carolina lit them up for 350 yards through the air. Oh, shit, that's right. That was Sam Darnold. My bad. My bad.
I love Sam Darnold. Zane's not here for a reply, but he will be this weekend.
Can you guys tell me Darnold's highest QBR?
We can't do that. We can't get into QBRs. We got the drinks flowing. Carrie's pissing. We got this good.
Yeah, it's crazy. Baker Mayfield actually got benched for Sam Darnold 2 years ago. It's crazy.
All right. Where did I? Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'll go first. I got Letu winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. He had a good preseason. People were pretty high on him. I think he's going to have a good year.
I'm glad you said that. He's going to look good up there next to DeForest Buckner and that defensive line that they got over there in Indianapolis. He definitely looked good in the preseason. He is one of my 3 picks.
And I also had before Trevor goes, I had Jared Verse and Peyton Wilson as my runner-ups.
Peyton Wilson for the Steelers. He's a perfect Pittsburgh Steeler.
If he stays healthy, he's going to be good.
So my top 3 are pretty similar. I got Letu in the 1 spot. I got Dallas Turner, and I also have Jared Verse. Big fan of Jared Verse. Is one of the only FSU players who I will say that I liked. I like Jared Verse. I like LaMarcus Joyner. I like Dalvin Cook. Those are the only 3 Seminoles that I will give props to. But if I got to pick one,
I got to pick
pass rushers. I feel like as long as a rookie pass rusher gets 6 sacks, 7 sacks, they're going to win the award. I think Letu can do that, so I'll take him. But big props to Dallas Turner and Jared Verse.
I got one for you.
Zach's about to name the Jaguars' 6th round draft pick.
I got one for you. You ready for this? Make sure you lean in real close. This guy is going to have 4 interceptions
Cooper DeJean.
and 59 tackles. You can book it right now. 4 interceptions, 59 tackles. He's going to win Rookie of the Year. And his name is Cooper DeJean, baby.
He's a safety. He's so cooked. He's a safety.
No, bro. He's a
That is
corner.
racist, Trevor. Are you saying white men can't play corner in the NFL? That is
Yeah, I've heard he got he had the worst defensive rating of any defensive.
Okay, I'm about sick of Zane. I'm about sick of Zane. I'm about sick of Zane.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't
I'm about
matter.
sick of
but it
Zane
matters when
because
you're out there getting your-
okay, let's look at the team Sam Darnold played for. 2018 through 2020,
What?
the New York
Talk about
Jets.
this, dude.
The New York Jets, who famously were really good from 2018 through 2020.
Oh, God.
Then you have the Carolina Panthers, who again were famously so good
Less Sam
from
Darnold.
2021 to 2022. They were so good, dude. They were incredible. You know how incredible they were? Baker Mayfield, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers starting quarterback, who Zane's a big fan of now, played like shit and got benched. Shut up.
Goodness. All right.
Don't pretend like you know football.
I'll head to my offensive rookie of the year then. Runners up, I got Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. And I said this last week, offensive rookie of the year, Bo Nix, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, Kerry, I would love to.
You're so cooked on that.
I would
shit,
love
dude.
to make a bet. And even if you just want to bet on one guy, I'll make a 1-to-1 bet on you. Therefore, if my guy doesn't win, you don't lose anything. But I'm so confident that Bo Nix will not do that. You know, you guys, everyone who knows me or has even heard me talk.
I don't even think he's my top 3 for offensive rookie of the year.
Okay,
Trevor,
well, I'll take both of you
Trevor.
guys in a bet. I'll take Caleb
Trevor.
Williams every day of the week. It's
I
so
have-
easy.
Trevor.
I have Caleb
Loser-
Williams. He's in the
has
best
to-
situation. Period.
Loser has to buy the other person 30 nuggets at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, of course. That sounds amazing.
All
Wait,
right.
can I put a name in the hat just to mix things up?
All right.
Jaden Daniels.
Interesting.
I got
Aren't
Nick.
you kind of rookie season?
Trevor's got Caleb, obviously.
Of
I
course.
think Caleb Williams is probably going to win it. He's in by far the best situation out of any of the rookie quarterbacks. And as we all know, offensive rookie of the year is a quarterback award for the most part.
Poor Marvin.
So
Shout out to
there you
Marvin
go.
Harrison, though. What
Yeah,
did Justin Jefferson have? Did he have 1,400 yards his rookie year?
Something like that. Yes, it's
I
crazy.
think best case scenario for Marv is I don't know,
1,100.
But
Yeah.
I don't
All
know.
right. Offensive player of the year.
because
Dude.
I'm going to go ahead and go first because I picked Sam Darnold as comeback player of the year or surprising player. Justin Jefferson is my offensive player of the year.
Justin Jefferson for president?
I think he ends
I
up
do.
with around 1,900 yards.
Holy
He's
shit.
going to get heavily fed
lot.
the first 6 weeks of the season
Without
because Jordan
Addison.
Addison's out. TJ
And Hawks out, too.
Yeah. He's going to get heavily fed through those first 6 weeks of the year, and he's going to kind of coast after that. I think he's a lock for Offensive Player of the Year.
Would you take a bet if he's a lock? Tyreek Hill gets more yards or no? You haven't taken it.
I would take that bet.
Woo, let's talk, Zach.
Barring
Let's talk.
injury.
Wow.
Barring injury. Barring
That's
injury.
fair. That's fair.
What is it?
Barring injury. So
Injury to the quarterback or no?
No. Injury to either Hill
Bro.
or
injury to either player. If
All right, I'll
either
take it.
player gets hurt, that bet's void.
I'll take it.
What do you want to do?
I want a luau, and I want you to try to get mono.
What?
I'm not
Because
going to
that's
try to
2-1
get
Sam
mono.
Darnold. It's 2-1 Sam Darnold.
It's not really though. It's Jefferson and Tyreek Hill. How about this?
How about Zach?
If I win, you have to get 8 girls pregnant.
Oh yeah! All right.
That's a normal
And
Tuesday.
if
for
Zach
Trevor.
wins, he has to get $140 million.
No, I have a perfect one. Well, if Zach wins, Trevor has to dye his hair red for the podcast. And if Trevor wins, Zach has to wear only a, what is the Hawaiian,
The skirt, the grass
Hawaiian
skirt.
shirt, no anything, just a shirt for
Can I
Hawaii.
wear a lei?
Nope, just the shirt. Just
No, the flower necklace
shirt.
lei.
Flower in the skirt.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I'm down with
Trevor,
that.
dye your hair red.
Okay, so Zach has to wear a cool outfit for an hour and a half, and I have to dye my hair red? Are you kidding me? What?
Okay, how about this? Trevor, during the middle.
How about you dress like a Hawaiian? I'll dress like a Viking or something.
That's kind of funny.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
That's a good one.
Again,
And we're
if
just talking
either
about
of these guys gets injured, the bet's void.
regular
This
season,
protects
right?
both of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
regular
if they
season.
hurt like one game, or is it just a?
Huh?
If they get hurt one game, or is it like
I'm gonna say miss multiple games.
multiple games? All right, my offensive player of the year, I got Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb as my runners-up. And finally healthy, finally has an O-line. I got Breece Hall as my offensive player of the year. He's going to have a big season. He's going to carry the Jets offense.
Dude, this guy is so in on the Jets. It's crazy.
I'm in on the Jets.
First of all, as a Patriots fan, that is crazy. Second, Gary, I'm so glad you said that because I felt a pressure in my chest.
I bet you did.
Breece Hall. I literally put my hands over my ears earlier and tried to have a vision to see if I could picture myself seeing Breece Hall win.
Zane, that's
the
first off, again, I'm going to respond to this Schmitty Golf. It keeps going. 80 on QBR is insane. That's on a scale of 1 to 100. 80 on QBR is so good.
That's pretty good.
I would take that.
That's not passer rating. That's QBR.
Which one starts at 50? Is that passer rating?
That's
QBR. Starts at 50.
Oh.
Yeah. Trevor, what are you saying?
Passer rating, I would take that all day. Not QBR. QBR is tough to be above 80. Like
Trevor?
The best quarterbacks in the league are above 80, and that's pretty much it.
Trevor?
I was saying, Carrie, I really did have that moment before this podcast with my palms of my hands over my ears, and I was trying to visualize the scenario where Breece Hall wins Offensive Player of the Year, and I see it. That's a very good pick. I'm glad you picked him, so I don't have to.
Fair.
And I can go with – dude, I'm so scared because it really matters on Aaron Rodgers.
It's true.
I want to go Breece Hall too, dude. I have Bijan
Why
Robinson.
not? This is America. You can choose who you want.
I have Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Bijan Robinson, but I'm
Those
going
are all boring. Those are boring. Come on.
I'm going Breece Hall.
Be adventurous, dude.
I'm going Breece Hall.
I like it, bud. Zach, what you said?
Yeah, I said Jefferson.
Defensive player of the year.
Justin Jefferson. I pick him every year, and it's such a solid bet. I don't like him. Give me TJ Watt. Every year, I'm going to pick him.
Okay. All right, as my runner-ups, I got the young guns. I got Aiden Hutchinson and Will Anderson Jr. as my runner-ups.
Nice.
Both will have
What do you think, Carrie? What do you think that that season is going to look like for Will Anderson?
I think he had a great rookie season. I think he's going to be even better. I think he's going to
150 tackles, maybe 8 sacks, 7 sacks, something like that.
less tackles, but around that sacks range. I think he's going to have a big season. I think he could solidify himself as a top 10 defensive player this season.
Wow. Okay.
I know. And then I got Max Crosby winning Defensive Player of the Year. He's finally got some help this year. Christian Wilkins adding the team. Going to get him some help. I think Crosby's going to have a big season for the Raiders.
And Max Crosby truly,
He's a beast.
he in himself is a reason to watch Raiders games. Just watching him, the effort he gives on every play, he's a beast. And I hope he brings that this year because some guys will.
If he was on like a
year and then the next, it's life. They're humans, you know.
If he was on like a big market team, I feel like we get a lot more recognition. But
he doesn't want to.
Vegas,
Max Crosby 2023 was inspiring.
He's better than the Bosa brothers, and the Bosas get more hype than him.
Nick Bosa is really good, though.
Bro,
you're such a hater.
Nick Bosa is very good.
He's very inconsistent.
He's very good.
Zach, who you got Defensive Player of the Year?
Defensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt.
There it is. It's safe.
It's safe.
It's safe.
It's safe.
It's good. It's
I
safe.
mean,
not only is it
let's
safe,
be honest. Without him, that defense ain't that good.
it's like buying weed from a cop. It's
What?
safe and it's like from the what is it called where they store it? Like the you know what I'm talking about.
No, I've
Like
never
where they
bought
put all
weed
the
from
cocaine.
Bob.
It's like seizures or something. They seize it and they put it all in a closet.
Seizure.
Like when they seize stuff. Anyways, it's like buying marijuana from a police officer. It's
Have you
safe
ever
and
bought
it's-
marijuana from a police officer before?
It's safe and it's good. It's just an analogy.
I bet.
Yeah. It's safe and it's good. It's TJ Watt. It's like buying weed from a cop.
I bet.
TJ Watt for defensive. Let me get that off. TJ Watt for defensive player of the year. It's like buying weed from a cop.
All right, MVP boys.
Are we at 120? Gonna put that in the MVP. We're already there. Wow. Let me go first. Mine's not as fun as I'm sure. If either one of you got creative, I'm sure.
Knowing Trevor, it'll be either be Lamar, Tua, or Hurts. Any of the guys he sucks up.
So he's due for one, first of all, just mathematically. 2018, 2022, 2024. I got Patrick Mahomes. And,
Wow.
Winning Super Bowls, he's won 2 in a row. Obviously, the three-peat is on the forefront of everyone's mind. But if there's ever a year to relax a little bit, go for the personal stats, go crazy in the regular season, throw for 5,400 yards, throw for 51 touchdowns. It's this year for Patrick Mahomes, and he's got the weapons to do it. Andy Reid's system is innovative. It's 2024. The best thing you can be is innovative. I love this wide receiver core. The starters are 3 guys that are fast, good hands, and explosive, and their backups are 3 guys that know the system. And they got Travis Kelce at tight end. They got a good offensive line. Patrick Mahomes is not always the quarterback that's going to be in the MVP race and going to put up the crazy numbers. He's that postseason, that Super Bowl. But I think this year is going to be especially with all the guys getting paid too, like all the guys resetting the market, getting 45, 50 million, 55 million, almost $60 million a year. If there's a year where Patrick Mahomes is going to remind who's daddy, it's this year. Patrick Mahomes is winning MVP this year. I love it. And I also wanted to give a shout out to their fullback, Carson Steele, who we got to see in
He's
the
a running back.
who looks like he'll be their goal line back. Who do you want to tackle, Carson Steele or
No,
Isaiah
fullback.
Pacheco? Like, they're both going to run through you. I like the Chiefs offense a lot this year. A lot.
This is from a guy that doesn't know any ball.
Oh, my God, because I like the Chiefs, the team that has won 2 Super Bowls in a row. I don't
I'm
know
just saying
ball,
in
but I like
general.
the Chiefs offense. I'm just saying the Chiefs as a team is what has won. Their offense and defense, they work together perfectly, and they win Super Bowls. Their offense hasn't been insane by any means the last 2 years, but I think if any year Patrick Mahomes shows his ass in a good way, it's this year. I love this wide receiver core. I love Travis Kelce. The running backs are what they are. Good offensive line. Andy Reid. This is the year for Patrick Mahomes. I'm very eager to see who you guys got, though. I just wanted to get that out of the way because it's the best player in the NFL, and I'm picking him to win MVP. So it's kind of boring.
Zach, me or you?
Go ahead.
All right, my 2 runner-ups and my 2 young guns, C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love, both got big seasons ahead of them.
So Kerry thinks that the Texans are going to disappoint, but Stroud is going to be an MVP candidate. That's interesting. How does that make any sense?
You can still disappoint and go 10-7 and put 40 touchdowns and 5,000 yards.
And go what? 10-7?
Good seasons by quarterbacks don't translate to wins.
They do when they're playing in the AFC South, I feel like.
The AFC South is not a bad division.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't
But I
think
mean,
it's
if
good,
like
everybody's
look at all
pretty
the
even.
quarterbacks in there, if you said that one of these quarterbacks is going to have 40 touchdowns and 5,000 yards, that team is going to
They're going to win the division. They're going to win the division if they have
fairly easily.
Yeah.
If one of these quarterbacks can go.
The only one that I could see that has that stat line and not win the division is the
Is
Titans.
Will Levis.
Yeah.
40,000 yards.
But he's going to go
touchdowns.
more like 17
Dude,
and
if
17
Will Levis
or something
throws
like that.
45 touchdowns, I will seriously change my gender.
I said
That's not
45,000
happening.
yards.
Huh?
I said 45,000 yards.
Yeah.
He's in on Will
45,000
Levis
yards
like
from
he
Will
was in
Levis.
on Daniel Jones. It's okay.
I've never been on Daniel Jones that much.
Zach Carey, don't lie. to
My
the
goodness.
team.
I supported that guy like 3 years ago. I didn't even like him when he was good.
That's a damn lie, dude.
It's the truth, Zach.
That is a damn lie.
It's the truth, man. I support
my
that guy
God.
with facts. Mm-hmm.
Dude.
And the
Carry
last
stages
one.
in mind. Oh, how soon they forget.
Coming from Zach, man. Coming from Zach. And the last one, which Trevor Scott will cry in his pants. He has no help whatsoever. This is going to be the year. He's going to cut down. He's going to have a huge season. He's going to lead the Bills. He's going to be the
Cut down on what? Weight or
he's the
turnover?
best, most talented quarterback in the NFL. He's going to have a great season. He's going to have less turnovers this year, Trevor. Less turnovers because he doesn't force the ball to a crappy wide receiver like Stephon Diggs. Allen's going to have a huge season. He's going to win MVP, lead the team, lead the NFL in yards, total touchdowns, a dominating season. He's going to make Trevor Scott cry himself to sleep every night. Trevor will go under his little pillow and go, where? Josh Allen's my daddy. Help me. Tua, please. Tua. But Tua's not going to be listening to him. Josh Allen is his daddy. Get ready. Josh Allen, MVP 2020.
First of all, bullshit, because he had a lot of turnovers last year, and I doubt that a majority of those came from trying to force the ball to Stephon Diggs. But you need help to win an MVP. Like, you don't win an MVP with a.
Trevor, you talk about Lamar winning MVP, and you say he has no help last season. You say Lamar has no help all the time.
But that's different.
What?
I mean, on the off. Okay, first of all, I've never said Lamar has no help. I might have said that last year.
You say that every year. He's no help.
I wouldn't say that this year because, first of all, the running back won last year. Listen.
I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about Lamar last year. You said he'd win the MVP.
Listen. Going into last year, the running back one was Gus Edwards. Woo. The wide receiver one was a rookie. Woo. The tight end, superstar tight end.
Top 3 tight end in the NFL.
Woo. So there's no help. This year, however, Derrick Henry, dog.
I'm
Zay
not
Flowers,
talking about Lamar
dog.
this year.
No
one is talking about Lamar this year. Who is talking about? I'm talking about Lamar last year when he won MVP with no help. According to you.
But the defense is elite. Was elite. Josh Allen doesn't.
The Bills have a very good defense. I don't know why you keep saying they don't.
Yeah.
Nowhere near last year's Baltimore.
I'd say it's
the
only major loss that they've had.
Everybody they
is
lost.
Matt Milano getting hurt.
But they didn't have him in the second half. Everybody they lost weren't on the team the second prior. All these guys.
Okay, but we're going to be 2 or 3 weeks in the season, and some team is going to put up 32 points against the Buffalo Bills, and they're going to.
Why are we talking about hypotheticals? Why are we talking about? Talk to me about reality, bud.
Go ahead. You got me. Go ahead.
God is this?
You got me. Go ahead. I'm just saying. I'm not even talking about hypotheticals. I know what's going to happen. You guys are going to blame his defense. You guys are going to switch up like 4 weeks from now. The defense, no.
Hey, do you know what, boys?
First off, I didn't pick Josh Allen as
At
my
least
MVP,
we'll get
so I
the
don't even know what you're saying.
NFL
but you guys defend him easily and quickly
because he's incredible.
He's the best one-man offense in the NFL.
He is. Hey, and soon we'll actually be able to argue about this because we'll actually have football.
Yep.
Even though some of us won't watch it.
Shout out to Trevor.
That is bullshit. I watch football. I don't like Red Zone. I'm the only one here that's not a big fan of Red Zone. We should have had that conversation early on in the episode.
Well, we'll have it later because I want to have it later. I want to have it later.
Like next week or like later on?
No, I'm talking about like at the end of this episode.
This is 11.
I have the safe pick for MVP. The safe pick is Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my God! Thank you, Zach. Holy shit! I was about to get so.
But I do have a dark horse pick, super dark horse. You guys never see it coming. It's like comes from behind and just rails you, and that is Kirk Cousins in Atlanta.
Wow, an MVP candidate.
Dark horse MVP candidate.
That's pretty dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the fact that he's gonna have a great tight end. I still think Kyle Pitts is a great tight end. I think Bijan's a great running back. Definitely. I think Drake London is a great wide receiver who has never had a quarterback that's worth anything. I
I wish they added another wide receiver, honestly.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is a lot of pretty good wide receiver depth got cut today.
Who? Besides Noah Brown.
Noah Brown.
Besides Noah Brown.
I think Allen Robinson is an upgrade from half the guys they have on their roster.
I will say, Terrace Marshall is only 24 years old.
Terrace Marshall's another one I was thinking of.
Carolina is probably good for his career.
Mm-hmm.
At being 24.
True.
But
before we move on.
I think there's a lot of decent wide receiver depth. They got Isaiah Hodgins, not a bad wide receiver as a depth piece. I mean, I don't know what the Giants are doing cutting wide receivers, considering how thin they are at that position.
Right.
He's been good in years, though.
Isaiah Hodgins had like
300
yards.
All right. It's depth, too.
Yeah, it's about depth. It's about having guys that when they decide to double your two best options, you can go to.
They have at least
catch the ball on 3rd and 4th.
They have at least 4 guys better than Isaiah Hodgins.
You just need a guy that
right
can catch
now.
the ball on 3rd.
They do not have 4 guys better than him right now.
Yes, they do.
Who?
Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Jalen Hyatt.
Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton are so arguable.
No.
I think Jalen Hyatt's better, and I think Malik Neighbors is better.
Isaiah Hodgins hasn't been good in years. Wan'Dale Robinson was really good last year for like a few weeks. Darius Slayton's consistent like wide receiver 3-4. What did Hodgins even do last year? I don't know why we spent 4 minutes talking about Isaiah Hodgins, but
you're the one that decided to stop me on him. He had 20 receptions for
230 yards last year. He's never had more than 622 yards in his career.
I'm saying he's a good depth piece, Kerry.
He did. He's a wide receiver 6 at best. Okay, maybe wide receiver 5.
But, I mean, Noah Brown, I don't think Terrace Marshall's a bad depth piece. I don't think even Allen Robinson as a veteran presence is a bad depth piece.
Bring back.
I don't know what kind of kick or release he has right now. But
the ghost of Martavius Bryant's out there. Yeah, he had a nice touchdown.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
I was surprised to see him get cut. But
I forgot he was still in the NFL, but.
I did too until I saw his name. I was like, "Oh."
I thought he'd get kicked out for like smoking weed or something. But
was there anyone I didn't say on my list? Oh, I have a disappointing player.
Sure.
And just looking at their schedule, looking at the offensive line, looking at the defense, I am seriously. I'm gonna redo my quarterback list. I'm gonna redo my quarterback list before the start of the season.
You do that.
I think Tua is going to be supremely disappointing this year.
I can't believe
Zach, last week, I was like, you're so flip-floppy on Tua.
He flip-flops all the time.
No, I'm not. Come on.
He had him top 5.
Looking at their schedule, they play a lot of good defenses. And
like who? The Patriots?
They do have a good defense.
Yeah, Patriots defense isn't bad.
And they don't have a lot. They've always had a good defense, and Tua is 6-0 against the Patriots.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying they can't beat the Patriots.
I mean, literally, Zach and a bunch of like Mexican drug dealers can beat the Patriots.
I mean, but who do they play? That's so much harder than last
year. You talk about how good he is in 6 games against.
I mean, there is a realistic possibility that they start 0-4.
No way.
There is a realistic.
Wait, who do they play week 1? The Jags.
They play the Jags, then they play the Bills, then they play the Seahawks, then they play the Titans.
Kerry, don't what?
You keep talking about him owning the Patriots. Have you heard his stats in those 6 games?
No, I don't give a shit.
Listen, Trevor. Trevor keeps saying he owns it.
I don't care about cherry-picked stats.
Tua has 1,200.
I care about controlling a football game and winning the football game.
He has 1,200 yards, 7
stats.
touchdowns, and 4 picks in 6 games.
Wow,
he gets 1 touchdown and 200 yards a game against the Patriots. You can call that owning them?
Wow. But if you can play that way against a good defense and win, that's what matters.
Fraud. You talk
are you going to tell me? Kerry.
No, you say wins don't matter all the time.
Wait,
but when it favors your guy, it matters.
Dolphins' defense led them to these wins.
You talk about wins don't matter, but if it's Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, Dak Prescott, one of your
I'm
boys
saying
that
the
you
game
suck
as a
off
whole,
all night
the
long.
whole picture. It's
What do you mean
sometimes
watching?
beating a team and
I've
being in
watched Tua beat
control of
the
the
Patriots
game.
6 times. He's never played well. I've seen Josh Allen destroy the Patriots. I've never seen Tua destroy the Patriots. My goodness, he could put out Mike White and he would destroy the Patriots.
Kerry, being 6-0 against someone is destroying them.
It's the Patriots, dude. They're terrible.
Okay, well, just don't gas up their defense.
Yeah, having
It's
7
just the
touchdowns,
Patriots.
7 touchdowns in 6 games against
Okay.
destroying
Okay.
them.
I got a
What
hot
is
take
ball?
here.
Okay,
I got a
Kerry,
hot
but
take.
what happens if he you're saying these 7 touchdowns in 6 games, all right? How many rushing touchdowns does Raheem Mostert have in that span? It's the offense. Tua is the leader of the offense. I don't expect him to
Who is
throw
not the leader of that offense?
20
Tyreek Hill
touchdowns
leads that
in 7
offense.
games.
You just said they were nothing without Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill leads the Dolphins, dude.
I never said that, first of all.
You
Yeah,
said they
you
were cooked because Tyreek Hill did nothing.
I said Tyreek Hill sucked in that playoff game, which he did. They pay him a lot of money.
Because he's the leader of their offense.
Well,
Tua's
now
not
they
the
pay
leader of their
Tua a lot of money.
Okay, and we'll see. Also, a good time to bring this up. Zane, I'm very glad you said that, and I'm glad the comment didn't go away because I have a bad memory. Terry, you said that Josh Allen is going to win the MVP, but the Bills, with their good defense and an MVP quarterback, is not going to win the division. So exactly how high are you on the New York Jets?
He's extremely
I
high.
like the Jets.
Yes, but like, what is the
He
lowest
picked
amount
Brees
of
Hall
games?
for Offensive Player of the
I
Year.
put Brees Hall, but I didn't say that Aaron Rodgers.
You
would
also
have
have
the
them
same
as the
season.
1 seed, and you also have the MVP in their division with a good defense, and they're beating them.
Brock Purdy was the 1 seed. Did he win MVP?
That's not what I'm saying. Right
I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is going to put up huge numbers. I'm saying the Jets are going to be a great team. I don't think they need
No,
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm focusing on the Bills here. I'm saying they have an MVP quarterback, which means obviously the offense is good, and they have a good defense, but you still have the Jets as better. So how good are we talking?
The Jets defense is going to be top 5.
The
The
Jets
Bills defense has the potential to
The
be
Jets-
top 10.
The Jets probably might have the best defense in the NFL.
Very
They
true.
probably do.
They have a better line than the Bills. They have a better running back than the Bills. They have better wide receivers than the Bills.
So how good is this team going to be? Like, what's the worst case scenario? What worst case scenario? They win 10 games.
For who?
The Jets. Aaron Rodgers stays
I
healthy.
think the Jets will at minimum win 11. I think they'll win 12 or 13. We'll see the Bills
A
win
minimum 11 games.
Bills 11 or 12. I believe
I'm
the Jets.
predicting a 9-win season from the Jets.
I believe
Sorry.
the Jets. It's uncalled for. Crazier
A
things have
minimum
happened.
11 wins. That's exactly what I was trying to get out of you, Kerry. A minimum 11 wins is
Until Aaron Rodgers gets hurt.
Exactly.
Then Tyrod Taylor will come in, lead the way to victory.
Zach. I can't go too crazy on Kerry because I'm a Jets supporter. But if the Jets underwhelm, you remember he said that a minimum
I did.
11 wins.
I will own
I
up to
think
it.
I think the minimum is a lot lower than that.
Believe.
I think the minimum is like 8 or 9.
I'm just saying that's y'all's beef because I like the Jets, but I wouldn't even say that much. Minimum.
Also,
11.
how can I be so high on Sam effing Darnold and so low on Tua? Tua's got a tougher schedule. He plays in a harder division.
And he's not.
All right, they play in the same division, but wait, no. Tua's got a tougher schedule and plays in a harder division. There you go.
He said Sam Darnold was a better quarterback than Tua. He just
No,
said
I didn't.
For comeback player of the year.
I said he's comeback player of the year. I think Tua's going to have a disappointing year because his schedule's really hard. Their offensive line has gotten pretty bad, and their defensive line has gotten bad, and their linebacking core is bad. I think there's a good chance that
They're
they
an
will
old
win 9 games this year.
They're an old
On the
team
bright
run injury.
side, if Tua can somehow stay healthy, I think this is the best wide receiver, tight end, running back, the best weapons he's
What?
had since Alabama.
Johnny Smith.
He's not even starting, is he?
He's their starting tight end.
Who's their number 2?
Smythe.
What tight end has Tua ever had, really? Johnny Smith's probably
He
the best.
doesn't throw to tight end, so
Gesicki,
he never threw to.
Gesicki was pretty good.
but
doesn't
Johnny
throw to
Smith,
Gesicki, bro.
he's essentially a slow wide receiver. He doesn't even have to have his hand in the ground. But anyways,
But that's
We
why
can
I'm
move on.
higher on Sam I'm high on Sam Darnold in relation to Sam Darnold's previous play. I'm low on Tua in relation to his previous play. It's not that hard to understand if you can follow. But apparently you can't follow. Also, you don't watch football. I don't care about your opinion. Bye, Zane.
Oh, God.
Wow, that is his brother, ladies and gentlemen.
Brotherly love.
I guess so.
Nothing like it.
Should we have a moment of silence in the podcast because the Bills released Will Clapp?
Is he a
No, we'll do a clap. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, very good.
All right. Anything else?
Let's do the red zone conversation because I do want to get into this. Trevor, why do you not like red zone?
First of all, I like red zone.
First off, that's not what you said.
No, I do. I like red zone. And I replied to an early tweet early on to that tweet saying that I like red zone, but red zone is for a secondary device. Red zone's for a laptop, a smaller TV, maybe in a corner. But I think if you're watching football and you're going to talk about a football game and you're going to push a certain agenda, that you need to watch that whole game.
This is a man that would spend majority of his Sundays talking to random women instead of watching football.
That's not true. The only women I talk to.
That sounds pretty accurate.
No, because I like it. I like red zone, but I don't think it should be the primary thing you watch on Sundays because it gets you away from watching football and the story and the whole world of a game, and it pushes you towards like a highlight.
No, it's not highlight. You see everything that matters. If you're watching one game, you only see one game. You only see one game going. Now you see everything that matters.
Yeah. How important is it to you? How important is scoring in the NFL? Carey, stop. How important is scoring to you in NFL football? In an offensive league, how important is scoring?
That's an impossible question.
How important is it?
Is it very important?
Yeah, it's important. Okay. So do most teams score when they're close to the goal line or far away from the goal line?
Close.
There you go. Very good. I'm glad we're getting there.
But scoring is only important because they keep score.
Shut up!
No, seriously.
You're banned. You're banned. Okay, you're banned.
That is a comment.
Scoring is only important because they keep score is the wildest thing I've ever heard. What are we talking about? All right.
He calls himself a football
analyst. Every play matters the same.
No, it doesn't.
It literally doesn't, though.
Yes, it does.
It literally doesn't.
All right, Trevor.
To execute perfectly.
Trevor, Trevor. Can I give you a scenario?
Make up some shit, Carey. Go ahead.
There's 2 seconds left in the second quarter. It is 4th and 29. Does that matter the same as a tie game, 3rd and 3 on the 2 with 2 seconds left? Does that matter?
That's literally impossible.
Does that matter the same?
Is this in the same game or a different game?
In the same game.
Then they're exactly the same.
No. I got a better one. Carey. All right. Tie game, first quarter, 14:55 on the clock, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Okay, you got basically first quarter, the kickoff's been run back to the 25. We're starting there. Okay, 5 seconds into the game, tie game, same scenario. 1st and 10 on the 10-yard line with 5 seconds left in a tie game. Which is more important?
They're the exact same.
Shut up. That's a lie. You don't believe that. You don't believe that.
If you're don't actually believe that, and you let that motherfucker run over you and sack your quarterback the first play of the game, you're not even going to make it to a tie game. Aaron Donald is going to blow that game open.
Aaron Donald isn't in the NFL anymore.
Or whoever
Welcome
is going
to the real world, jackass.
It was just a name thrown out there. Every play.
Okay, but if you take a sack at 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line with 14:55 less to go in the first quarter, that's probably a little bit less penalizing because you can make up for it for the rest of the game.
But what if you score?
Almost 45 minutes left of the game.
They can never
instead of 5 seconds on the clock, 1st and 10. I'm not even going to say the 5-yard line because then you just kick a field goal. But
Zach, you can't argue stupidity.
No, because there's 5 seconds left in the game, and you're losing.
5 seconds left in the game. 1st and 10. I'm going to say at the 45-yard line.
Okay,
the
but if you didn't take that 15-yard sack the first play of the game, and you score a touchdown that drive, then it's not. Then the game's over.
What?
It's not that hard, Gary. Keep up.
It's impossible to keep up with your life.
Exactly.
Not every play matters the same, and it's
excluding kneeling. I guess.
Do we need to
No.
bananas that you do?
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line with 14:55 left to go in the first quarter is different than 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line with 5 seconds left to go in the fourth.
But I'm not
There's
talking
a
about
difference.
one play. I'm talking about the entire every play. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 4. You have and like you don't get to that play at the end of the game without that sack in the first quarter. That's why I'm saying the whole game is so important.
Obviously, the whole game is so important. I'm saying that not every play is equal.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? 90% of NFL teams are going to do on that first play I mentioned, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Kneel down the same as 3rd and inches.
They're going to do. They're going to. I'm going to tell you exactly what they're going to do. They're going to run either a zone run or a stretch play to the right. And you can. I want you to keep track of the stats on that one. A zone run or a run stretch to the right.
I think we need to call mental health right now and
watching NFL Red Zone is the same as watching YouTube highlights.
No, it's literally not.
Trevor needs to go in a place.
Because scoring in the NFL matters. Understanding why a team scores by watching the play. I understand that, Trevor, you don't watch football, but understanding why
I watch
is
football.
scoring,
I don't watch highlights.
He does not watch either.
He
doesn't watch either.
NFL Red Zone highlight show.
As being the only person that regularly watches all 22s, I don't want to hear it from you, okay?
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
All 22 is a shortened version of the game where you get to see a down-the-line view of the play and a side view of the play with no sound, and you watch the play happen. You can rewind, watch the play happen a couple times, look at the offensive lineman blocking. Look at how the running back's reading when he takes a handoff. Look at how the quarterback's reading and how he's moving in the pocket when he takes a snap. Okay, that's what an all-22 is. And because I watch all 22s, I understand the value of red zone because at the end of the day, the NFL is an offensive league. It matters how many times your team scores and how they do it.
But red zone isn't even about the score. They show every big moment, every big play.
They show every play on the plus side of the 50. They show every play on the plus side of the 50.
I'm glad you spend 40% of your day watching commercials of what you do watch, Trevor.
No, I'm just saying red zone is fine, but you put it on a secondary device. It is more important to watch an entire game.
Remind me to record, Trevor.
I don't think you've watched an entire game since you
every
were
Sunday. I'm sitting there ever. 8 TVs with 8 different games on.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I do. I could probably show you guys right now.
Trevor, I've watched football with you more than majority of the games last year.
Gary, you're passed out by 1:30 because you drank 37 mimosas.
Me?
Yes, I have videos of you in my car asleep at 1:15 on a Sunday.
On 1:15 on a Sunday.
I have them in my Snapchat memories.
1:15.
Yes, I have them. I could show. I will show you guys them this week.
I'm going to record Trevor this season. So when he's not watching football, it's going to be great.
All right, let's go through these couple comments. Jags are Miami's favorite of the Jags week 1, favorite of the Bills week 2. Congratulations. So were the Seminoles, favored over Georgia Tech by 10.5.
Cook up.
Zach is a Stephen A. of Beerly. That's just not true.
Cook. Zane.
That's just not true.
Cook up.
That is no. Trevor's a literal Stephen A. of Beerly because he said
I don't even think
only matters because they keep score, which is.
I don't even think Trevor's as smart as Stephen A.
I will say Stephen A. started saying brother because of me, but whatever.
Trevor, did you ride the special bus in school?
Huh?
Did you ride the special bus in school?
No, but he
Harry?
did fail. He did fail my mom's math class one time.
I'm not
That is
surprised.
not true. I got a B in your mom's math class.
The second time,
Every time.
Trevor, what is 4 times 6?
24. Keep going. I can do this all day.
What is
9 times 11. 9 times
99.
11. 9 times 12.
What is,
108.
what is the capital of Arkansas?
Little Rock. Let's go, man. I have my
Wow.
Adderall. Let's do
Oh,
this.
Zane's turning on you now, Trevor. Facts. Trevor does not watch ATVs with football games
Zane,
on.
I could
He does
show.
not.
I have
No, he
Snapchat
doesn't.
footage. I could show you all.
You have footage of 8 hours of you watching football.
And also, everything that I say about football, I can back it up.
No, you can't.
No, I can. I can back it up. You just gotta stick with me.
Carrie is a drunkard.
Harry
Not
is a
anymore.
drunk.
He used to be. It was a
He
real
will
problem.
be this weekend.
That was
The
a
last
rough
time
day.
I hung out with Carrie, he was an alcoholic.
That was rough
1000%.
times.
But
We
that
need him
was
to be one
almost
this
that was
weekend.
like 7 months ago. He's better now. He's
Sadly.
We are 151 in. We got to wrap this up the next
I
9
need to go to
minutes.
bed.
It's gonna be a pain to edit.
Carrie, I want you to pull up, or I can do it. Pull up some tweets.
I'm too tired to pull up any tweets.
All right. Well, if you don't want to pull up some tweets, then someone else should do it. Or, even better idea, we can pull up some Beerly football merch. Look at that! Wow, bang! Look at that! Look at that hoodie! It's
That's
almost
beautiful.
fall. It's about to get cold outside, and you're stuck there without a Beerly football hoodie. The only question I'm asking is, why haven't you got one already?
Amen.
Check it out at beerlysports.creatorspring.com. Link is in the description down below to get yours today. Got a couple beautiful colors there. One of my personal favorites is this pink. You know, pink is the new black. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I like it. Pink Lives Matter.
Pink lives matter. That's exactly right.
It's true.
I didn't realize. Okay. Remember, you can follow all of us at our ats as we have below our pictures. Get one with Bali on it. Shut the fuck up. I hate this guy. You can follow me at Beerly Zach on Twitter. You can follow Beerly Carey at Beerly Carey on Twitter. You can follow Beerly Trev Scott at Beerly Trev Scott on Twitter.
Don't
If
fall.
you are watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, anywhere you can find podcasts, make sure you leave a like, leave a review, a 5-star review, in fact, if you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy it and you hated it, don't leave a 1-star review because we won't read it and we'll never see it. But what you can do is DM one of us or message us on Twitter and let us know how much you hated the show. And then we'll respond in kind with how much we hate you. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Beerly Football Podcast. We will see you guys next week
With a lot of content coming.
with a lot of content. It's going to be week 1 of college football after week 0 last week.
And bachelor party content.
And bachelor party content. We might even have some previews for the video coming out on next week's episode. So
We will.
we'll see you guys then. Hope you guys enjoy.